gouvernement, ou bien parastatal, ou bien a neighbor, ou bien from a person you might know. Then how do you intervene before, throughout, and after the abuse? Your role as a social worker, ou bien peut-être you are working as psychologist, ou bien you are working uh, as carer, right? It would be the psychosocial assessment qui nous déjà travaillé dans le passé, and I will briefly explain in that again. It would also be for you to identify how the child is functioning with the family. Est-ce que la famille et que l'enfant, do they synchronize, do they correlate, ou bien il y a gap between both en termes de communication, en termes de, eye contact. Des fois, the way a child looks at a parent, ou vous finissez connaître something is wrong, ou bien manière, tonalité qu'un parent peut causer avec l'enfant, you will identify, right? Donc, the emotional and concrete needs of a child. It would mean, est-ce que l'enfant is evolved emotionally, ou bien l'enfant est bloqué émotionnellement par la communication, par being open or being hyper. Il y a deux façons qui un enfant développé après an abuse. Either the child can be hyperactive, ou vous trouvez l'enfant là more than needed, is jumping around, talking and being, the bad boy, or a bad child. Ou bien in purpose, the child is exaggeratedly exhibiting behaviors, right? Par exemple, bullying, or bien trying to dominate others. On the other side, a child can become extremely introvert. Introvert veut dire, il peut envie rester dans un coin. If the child has a room, the child would want to be there. Or if a child does not have a room, he will be isolating. And concrete needs would mean all the situation, the things, the materialistic things needed for a child to go to school, or bien a tuition, or bien the way the child is dressed up, et tout. And your role would also mean to be able to make references. Donc, for you to make references, you have to know exactly, even NGO, even department, gouvernement, and tout à l'heure, I will give you a list that I've kept. And using the CBT, you already know qui ça veut dire cognitive behavioral therapy. Everybody wrote very nicely in the assignment. Your role as a social worker would also mean parenting. Donc, vous pouvez un petit peu the style of parenting. Par exemple, parents séparés, parents divorced, ou bien il y a domestic violence, because many times parents will not disclose, they will not talk about their domestic situation. Donc, you have to observe a lot on their body language and their communication et the neatness of the environment. Donc, le pourquoi, why home visit is very important. At times, as social worker, you are supposed to work in an office and department, but faire visit la maison is mandatory because you get to know the situation, the real situation. But your role is also to interfere in school, ou bien after school, tuition, ou bien leisure time, etc. Ou bien moments that the child have outside the therapist. For example, if you have referred the child to a psychologist, ou bien psychiatre, ou bien speech therapist, or anyone, you also have to monitor how the child is behaving outside, right? But no, another point, let me share a case study with you. Now, as a social worker, you receive reports of abuse or neglect from a hotline, and you are in charge to investigate these allegations. Donc, il va nous dire investigate allegation à cause plusieurs fois nous avons wrong allegations. Ou voisin envie de prendre réponse avec quoi après dans le téléphone hotline, or your family member wants to, revenge from you and then create chaos and then they would call hotline. Donc, you have to investigate allegations. Is it true? Is it exaggerated? Ou bien is it something genuine? Now, you are assigned to go to a home and check the safety of the child. to know if child is safe in the home. La plupart nous disent the safest place is at home. Is it true? Is it true? It is not. Des fois, the safest place is not at home parce que nous n'avons plus beaucoup abuse, sexual abuse, emotional abuse, verbal abuse qui arrivait dans quatre coins mirailles and no one knows about it, right? So you have to know if the child is safe in the house or if the child has to be removed immediately. Now, please remember, ou même when l'autorité, quand on fait social work, on apprend psychology, you have the capacity, you have the right to identify and remove a child from the home if you feel the child is being abused. And you have to identify services in Mauritius and Rodrigue. Maintenant, a plan is developed for both the child and the parent. Why? Parce que quand nous développons un plan, nous ne sommes pas capables d'être destructive. We also have to be constructive, which means negatively viewed, when you are preparing a plan for the child and the parent, it may include criminal charges. Par exemple, si l'enfant a beaucoup de bruises in the body, ou bien severe abuse. Donc, you may apply criminal charges. Ou bien constructively, you may plan reunification. C'est-à-dire, nous pouvons faire une famille recomposée, ou bien you can say you are providing counseling to reunite the family. Now, social worker then monitor the child and family on an ongoing basis. Les bien important, il y a follow-up because you have to make sure that things get smooth. But let me tell you a case that I have been working on regarding this story, right? Donc, I've been working with a lady who called me once. Après, elle me dit comme ça, Madame, do you have WhatsApp? Because I need help. Then I gave my private number and she sent me 2 videos where she is being abused a lot in front of her child and petit garçon, right? Donc, how she got the video? Par CCTV caméra qu'il y a dans sa maison, bien, I think in the terrace. And she said she contacted, for example, SOS Femme to go and remove her from the home. But you know what happened? SOS Femme est dans le quartier et avant qu'on rentre dans la maison de sa victime-là, you have to go to police station of that locality. Malheureusement, la police de sa localité-là, they were the lady's husband friends. Donc, du coup, when SOS Femme and policemen went to the lady's home to identify the situation, you know, because the policemen were the husband's friends, ils ne sont pas capables de prendre aucune action. Donc, plusieurs fois, à plusieurs répétitifs moments, quand Madame la téléphone SOS Femme, nothing could happen. You know, we did everything pour nous capables de dire ça, Madame là, avec l'enfant, we could not. Donc, even in Mauritius, nous avons beaucoup de ONG, beaucoup de départements that they would claim they are here to provide support for domestic violence, mais malheureusement, it is not always in a positive way. You know what the lady did finalement? Madame là, vous connaissez, Madame, pour delay, pour la bureaucratie, etc. You go caserne pour lui. Donc, she took the child and went directly to caserne as if, you know, to look for solution. Donc, des fois, où il y a une situation where you don't know how a local authority or NGOs might or might not be involved, you can take innovatives and try to identify how to help that person out. Now, parents-child attachment and significance, bien important. Please, you have to write this and you have to go and surf on that. I will tell you what is Solaire in a while, right? Now, how parents communicate with a child can mean a lot on the traits and further development of the child. You know, you have to adopt a style which is called SOLER. I don't know if you know about this, Mais the layer can be broken. For example, when you're talking to a child, S. S would mean you have to sit shoulder to shoulder to a child. So when you're addressing a conversation or a communication, your body language has to contribute in creating the confidence between you and the child. Look, S would mean shoulder to shoulder, where you face the child. O would mean open posture. Open posture would mean you can't cross your arms and talk to a child. You know, if we would have it face to face, which would demonstrate you how you can use your body language to provide a counseling to a child. And then you can't cross your arms. So you have to apply an open posture. L would mean leaning forward. So you lean forward to make the child be more at ease with you. E would mean eye contact. You need to maintain eye contact with the child so that the child feels secure. R would mean relax. Maintenant, si nous-mêmes nous pas relax quand nous peut provide and counseling to a child, how do you think the child can be relaxed, right? Now, these are things that you are supposed to know, right? Do you know signs and impacts of child neglect and abuse? How would you make out l'enfant est abusé ou bien given signs and symptoms that I will tell you in a while? What would be the impact of parental alcohol and drug misuse sur l'enfant? Parce que, do you know, là recently we have the e-vapor, vapor cigarette, right? Do you know about this? No, because they have been, you know, influenced by parents and then trying to use e-vapor cigarettes with all flavors and all that.